Well, added to the registry in recent weeks, new parents are having to cough up more money for infant essentials. A new congressional report says tariff policies are to blame.
Our chief business correspondent Taylor Young with us this morning. Taylor, good morning. We know tariffs are impacting everything, price of goods, food, everything else. When it comes to baby supplies, how is it hitting that?
Yeah, so this analysis looked at the most common popular items that new parents are buying for their babies or infants. And what this found is essential. So we're talking like car seats, baby monitors, high chairs. And this report found that every single one of those products is now more expensive today than it was just 2 months ago. So not ideal for new parents. You might be experiencing some type of sticker shock right now. Now, that report was conducted by the Joint Economic Committee, a group of lawmakers on both sides of the aisle who analyze economic issues. It found between April 1st, the day before President Trump declared tariffs on nearly every country, and June 9th, the prices of 5 popular baby products increased by 24%. Now, this is a breakdown on your screen of each item according to that report. Car seats saw a price increase of $43 for cribs, a $10 spike, an additional $20 for strollers, and another $10 for baby monitors. Now, add all of those increases up, we're looking at an average $98 more for all those products combined, really just from now compared to April 1st.
Okay, so obviously with those price increases, that means that a majority of these baby supplies, at least right now, are coming in from overseas.
Yeah, so according to a popular registry site, which is what this report kind of looked at, as well as Amazon, the site is called Baby List. I mean, 97% of baby strollers in America right now are manufactured in China. It's also 87% of car seats are manufactured in China. So, you know, while many brands are kind of assembling these products here, in my research, I could not find a single one of these products that were made from start to finish on American soil. So yes, a lot of these are coming in from overseas and of course being impacted by tariffs.
One that sounds like an opportunity for someone out there to create, make them all created. It may be more expensive, but I think a lot of people would actually maybe support that. All right, so when it comes to the tariffs, any chance the Trump administration would exempt essential baby needs?
So there has been talk about that. So last month, while in the Oval Office, President Trump told reporters that he would, quote, think about making this an exemption. But however, he also, showed some hesitation, saying that, if we add too many exemptions or carve-outs, that this might kind of create some confusion around tariffs as a whole. And really, since that statement, there hasn't been any update since this report that just came out on Friday.
So, Taylor, as we look at the tariffs as a whole and price increases for any item, it's concerning, right? But especially true when you're talking about new parents and affording baby items, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it's no secret that less and less Americans are having babies. I mean, we've kind of reached to a point where Americans are no longer replacing themselves. And I was up here just last week talking about an alarming report out by the United Nations that said 1 in 5 people are at the point where they say they don't believe they can have as many children as they want to because of rising costs. So I think that the UN also in that report mentioned that this is an issue that needs to be tackled immediately. Of course, we know that the housing issue was one of the main reasons why people said that they're not able to have more children, but also just the overall cost of being a parent. That includes buying, these essentials like car seats that you really can't go without. We talk about tariffs impacting cars or cell phones and technology, but again, these are items that new parents cannot go without. So in this economic, state that we're in right now, I'll never suggest spending more, but if you are attending a baby shower, maybe this is a good reason to be a little bit more generous because parents are having to fork out more money.
Well, in case it helps, I may have a stroller from 24 years ago that is questionable in its safety and its style, but if someone needs it, you can always reach out to me.
There you go.
All right, Taylor, thank you, appreciate it.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.